32 seconds left. He is going for broke. Drew Pearson. He got it. Touchdown.
And there it is, Mr.
Don't know
Drew
why
Pearson.
I did that.
Yes, right? You're like, oh, I want that back.
I want that ball back. No one's found it all these years.
Seriously, no one. It's not
found
on the
it.
surface.
I've done appearances all over the country. I've done appearances in Minnesota.
Oh,
I've had
begging
people
for this
come
ball.
up to me with ticket stubs from the game, programs from the game, even the security guard from the game who kicked me 2 plays before. He showed up at the appearance, but no one's come to me and said, "This is the ball that you threw." Actually, it was in the parking lot.
We need to start a social
scoreboard.
media campaign. Find Drew Pearson's Hail Mary pass ball.
Drew, what would you pay for that ball?
It's priceless to me. I would love it.
Yeah.
And the only reason I threw it, I had this premonition. You always, the night before a game, you think about catching that winning touchdown pass. Well, I said, if I catch the winning touchdown pass in this game, I'm going to throw the ball in the stands. And that's not such a big deal nowadays, but it was a big deal back then because you were not allowed to throw the football in the stands back then.
Did you get in trouble for that?
And you got fined $150 if you threw the ball in the stands. And the money we were making, like, oh my God, we can't afford that.
True.
So I thought it was a big deal to throw a ball, and there happened to be no stands there. We went over the scoreboard into the parking lot, so somebody probably picked it up to get in
no
their
one
car
knew
and
what
said, "Oh, this must be a kicking ball or something."
Oh my God.
And then you know it was the actual Hail Mary ball.
I have to ask you and get your opinion on this. With everything that's been going on in the NFL recently, from Ray Rice to Adrian Peterson, he keeps getting into trouble. What are your thoughts on what the NFL needs to do to get right?
Well, what they need to do is quit giving a lot of these players a second chance. It should be a no-tolerance policy.
Absolutely.
Because to play in the NFL, the players have to understand it's a privilege. You know, it's an opportunity that they're being granted to play in this great game. And when you get to that level, you got to start acting professional, not only on the field, but off the field as well. Because especially in today's world with social media and everybody tracking everything, you got to watch your back, and you can't get involved in these things.
I love you,
and
Drew.
when you do, the NFL needs to step in and say, that's it.
That's it, we're done.
That's what we've been saying here at the
Because
table.
there's so many players that want that opportunity and will do it the right way if you give them the opportunity.
It is just time for athletes to stand up and be the inspiration that they're supposed to be for the younger kids, and I couldn't agree more. I'm so glad to hear you say that.
Well, like we were back in the day, we were considered role models, you know, and nowadays you kind of waver. I don't know if I want my kid to, that guy to be the role model for my kid.
And that's the identity crisis, because on the one hand, the players contractually have to get out in the community and do things to interact with people and become that role model. But then on the flip side of this, every other news headline seems to involve something negative about the players. And they've got to do something about that.
Well, the negativity now is so different, you know. It used to be a late hit or something, get fined for that. You know, now these things that I call them NFL crimes that are being committed.
Like not wearing the right headphones?
Well, yeah, that and, you know, the things that they do with domestic violence, the DWIs and vehicular manslaughter. You know, how could you get back into the league if you have that on your record? You know, I know talent is of a premium in the NFL, but man, there's enough players to go around. I'll even willing to come back. I'll bring Ryan back.
Ryan thinks he can get back out there.
Go get some of that easy money, right? You know, so these players have to understand that, you know, it's a privilege to play in the NFL. And now you're a pro. You know, Des Bryant is a perfect example. When he came in, he had all these things, baggage with him, but look how he's developed. Look how he's matured. Look how he's become a pro.
He stepped up.
Now he gets it, and he understands that he has an impact on people with the things that he does. And so now he's doing these things in a positive way as opposed to a negative way.
Something about wearing that number 88. You got to step up and do the right thing, right?
Amen. Amen.
Just like having an impact on the common, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about. That's why I try to lend my name to something like this to bring awareness and make an impact in this cause.
And you do. You're so involved in the community. A couple of years ago, you did the Silver Dollar at the Ranch or
Yes.
the honorary and you do lend your name to so many of these great causes, so we applaud you for that.
I think you should just be our 4th host.
I agree.
I think you should start right now
You got
today.
enough room here.
You can read the
Look, how much do I have to pay for that opportunity,
hired.
man?
You're hired.
Sit here every morning with these pretty
We
ladies.
get
We won't even fine you $150.
No, we'll start a fine jar if we cuss or
Listen,
anything
if
like
you
that.
get fined, you'll just go viral, and that'll be the
I'll
only
start
penalty
getting
you'll get.
donations to help pay that $150
I
fine.
can give you all kinds of history on that.
Amen. All right. Up next, we'll talk about breast cancer survivors who, very simply, are everyday heroes. Susan G. Komen's mission is to honor one, save one, and be one. So stay tuned for more stories of hope.
Well done.